The endless dunes of the Sahara Desert in northwest Africa. Scorching dry heat and expansive sand as far as the eye can see. This unforgiving setting became a proving ground for motorcycle manufacturers in the 1980s in the form of the world-renowned Paris to Dakar Rally. The Dakar, as it would later become known, is an annual rally raid organized by the Amari Sports Organization. Most events since the inception in 1978 were from Paris, France to Dakar, Senegal. The terrain that the competitors traverse is extremely challenging, and the vehicles used are true off-road vehicles, rather than the modified on-road vehicles used in rallies. Most of the competitive special sections are off-road, crossing dunes, mud, camel grass, rocks, and erg, among others. The distances of each stage covered vary from short distances up to 500 miles per day.
For me, motorcycling is about adventure. I mean, the motorcycle is so small and simple, it can carry me anywhere. So an adventure bike, for me, is the perfect bike. I can go anywhere with it. And Honda has the reliability and the quality and the performance that I think anyone wants.
In 1986, Honda Power Sports brought a new bike to the desert, the NXR 750V. This water-cooled V-twin motorcycle was purposely built for the task of taking on Paris to Dakar, and it succeeded handily by taking home 4 consecutive rally wins from 1986 to 1989. In the midst of their Dakar dominance in 1988, Honda introduced the XRV 650 Africa Twin in European showrooms.
So for me, I wanted to find a Honda adventure bike. I knew that Honda had built this bike called the Africa Twin. Unfortunately, it was never released in America. Got really lucky and found a guy who was selling one. It was a tourist bike that had been left in America. And so I got that bike, and from then on, it was just nonstop Africa Twin. That was the first one, and I've had many, many more since then.
The Africa Twin was a hit in dealerships and among critics, and it remained a staple of Honda's off-road segment until 2003, when the market for larger adventure bikes evolved. The production run for this fan favorite, with amazing race heritage, had come to an end. Until now. Over a dozen years after its extinction, Honda has announced the return of the Africa Twin in early 2016. The CRF 1000L, which draws inspiration and cues from the original, will be powered by a 998cc parallel twin and be available in both 6-speed manual gearbox with slipper clutch or an optional dual-clutch transmission. The bike promises to offer smooth, durable performance both on and off-road, with more than a hint of nostalgia for all of the fans of its classic predecessor.
The Africa Twin is a significant piece of motorcycle history and a significant piece of Honda's success in racing. And so when it was discontinued, there were always people saying, oh, they're going to bring it back. But I think what everyone always wondered was, is the bike going to live up to the name? We heard rumors for years and years and years, and I'll be honest, eventually I just assumed it was never going to happen. And as soon as I saw it and read about it and saw the amount of the attention to detail that Honda was putting into it, I knew that this was something worthy of the name. This was something that deserved to continue the lineage of a really special motorcycle. And I have to say, I can't wait to get mine and put it right next to my original one. I think that's just going to be a wonderful moment to have the first and the latest. I think that'll be just a wonderful moment.